What is up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel, my podcast, Chris the Ambitious 72. How are you guys doing on this lovely Friday? And I just hope everything is all well. Now, let's roll up some za, grab your liquor, pop your bottle, get your wine, pour you a glass, take a pull, and get straight into the conversations of the topics that we have today. Okay? And for me, I'm just gonna sip on this nutcracker. Shout out to Reggie because you definitely did your thing with these nutcrackers. Every time you come through, you bless me. You definitely hook me up, and it definitely be having me on my behind. And that's why I drink in moderation. Okay, I'm very mindful because I'm really not a drinker. Okay, How, however, you know, a little here and there is nothing wrong with that, right? So, today, you guys, we're going to be discussing safety. Safety as in how to be safe in a club or an event or knowing like the friends you party with, right? Because keep in mind, today is Friday. A lot of people are going out. A lot of people are going to go show their behinds. And I just want to make sure your behinds are covered, not with diapers, with actual underwears. You know what I'm saying? It's just figurative speech. So basically, so basically, let's say, for example, it's a group of three friends. Friend number one is there for networking. Friend number two just wants to get drunk, lit, and go home. Friend number three is trying to get their rocks off. But nobody really knows that, right? But this is why it's important to know thy friends and know thyself as well. Because if you're coming in with a group of people or you're going in somewhere with a person and or they're representing they must conduct themselves a certain way. And this is why I personally, Chrissy, am so like hesitant about certain parties, mansion parties, certain events, because you can't control nobody but yourself, right? But you can control who you invite and you can control the atmosphere, the energy, and set the tone for certain events, right? So my thing is, I just want everybody to be demure, very mindful, and very classy, and keep it cute. Or they could keep that on mute, okay, baby. Um, my thing with this is, we see a lot of this happening with the celebrity world. A lot of people, they get these big names, they think they could just do whatever, or they don't care. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I get it. Nobody's perfect. People have flaws. I too, myself, have flaws. I too have a past, just like anyone else. But it's all up to you and how you want to carry things out, right? Just understand every action has a reaction. And if you, and whatever you put into the universe, you will get back, right? So I'm not going to say I'm an expert at that, but I might as well be an expert at it, because if you think about it, you can't control friend number three from going in there and getting their rocks off. However, you can make sure friend number three doesn't drink as much, and you can monitor your friend by telling them, hey, when we go in there, I want all of us to do everything according to what's right. Ask the person if they would like consent. If they deny, move on. If they consent, make sure you get proof of that consent. Okay. And then proceed with caution. You know what I'm saying? And then proceed. But at the same time, make sure you have witnesses. Witnesses that will have your back and that other person's back, like a mediator. Okay. because a lot of the times I notice that when we go to these parties, right? Or whatever, and you see a guy, he has a name for himself, or and there's a woman that she's forming a name for herself, or she already has a name for herself, but they're trying to get acquainted. The guy is feeling her, and off bat he wants to rush things and get very intimate. However, it's not on like a chemistry level. It's just a wham bam, thank you, ma'am. But the woman is thinking, oh, this man is showing chivalry. He's showing knight shining armor. He's giving, can I talk to you for a minute? Tevin Campbell, you know what I'm saying? But a lot of the times after they get that wham bam, thank you, ma'am, they don't want to they don't want to pursue any further because that was the initial goal. The initial goal was to get what they were coming for and to leave. But it's about how you get it. You understand? Did you receive consent? Because now it becomes an issue if you did not receive consent. Because if you did not get consent, that is classified as grape. You know what I mean? What rhymes with grape? It classifies as grape. And the other two people, friend two and friend one, are associated with you. So let's say friend three leaves out and friend two and one follows behind after he did this funny business with that girl and she did not consent. Now that girl and other people that came with that girl sees you leaving with friend number three, and she's explaining to her friends what took place from her perspective. She was great. And because they seen friend one and two leave with friend three, now everybody's associated. Now everybody's going down because whether you are a part of it or aware of it or not, everybody else seems to, believe so. And this is very common. I've seen it happen before and I've heard stories. So I just would like people to be very mindful of their actions. Even if the person's under the influence, I would say wait till that person is sober because you never know. Even if the female, what if the female's lying? You know what I'm saying? You rather her be lying and sober than for her to be lying and under the influence. Because if she's under the influence, she'll always blame it on the influence. The man too, right? But if you're sober, it'll just show how fucked up your character is, your you as a person, right? Um, and people do make mistakes and people do act out of their flesh and they don't think, hey, because I'm being carnal and more materialistic or, the way of the world, I'm not going to be punished or stuff because, things always come back to bite people in the behind, and it's called karma or just do, right? So I just want everyone to be mindful. That was just a little snippet or a little scenario that I wanted everybody to hear because somebody out there needed to hear that. Okay. Now, give me a minute. Let me take another sip. Now, there is other topics that I wish to touch base on, but it's going to be very brief and very short. This podcast today will be very short because today is Friday, and I want everybody to turn up, everybody to have a good fun time. Okay. So today, you guys, I'm going out. I'm heading out to an event myself, and they told me to look good and sexy and everything. So I will be attending. Okay. And yes, I will be around celebrities. Yes, I will be around other content creators. And I'm very excited because I love being in a room where people have more going for themselves. And not only does it inspire me, but I know whatever steps I do next or take next will also inspire somebody else out there. So this is really exciting for me. You know, just to collab and get to know other people and to learn. Definitely, definitely to learn, because not only did I have to work through obstacles within myself, because being in the spotlight, you also have to work on yourself internally. You have to work on your insecurities. You know what I'm saying? Because you're at the forefront and people are watching, right? You have to work on your character. Okay, building character. Okay, what is a deal breaker? What is not a deal breaker, right? What are catches and what are not catches, you know what I'm saying? So you also have to work on, like, your appearance and things like that. So it's a whole lot that goes in behind the scenes, but the appearance not so much, because people can also judge books by its cover. I mean, for example, people look at the Jewish. They dress the same outfit, same everything. They probably have millions of those in their closet, but it's the same outfit every day, but they're freaking wealthy. You understand? So never judge a book by its cover. That's another lesson. So I'm just really excited to go to this event. It's been a while, you guys, since I've popped out and hung out with people in that category, right? Celebrities and content creators, since, like, I believe, like, the summertime. Um, Usually I'm all over the place in the summertime because it's summer. I mean, come on now. The sun is out and all that. Wintertime, it kind of like slows down for me because I'm the type of person, like, I love going out, but at the same time, I like more calm, laid back scenes versus rowdy, loud, and obnoxious and all over the place. Because, like I said, a lot of things have transpired since coronavirus, and such as, like, dangerous things. You have to look for the closest exit. You don't know if the police is going to be rolling up to shut down the parties or events or what. You just never really know, and there's certain things that you really really have to be mindful of. And I'm a mindful person to a certain extent. I'm not saying I'm perfect, clock that T, but I'm saying to a certain extent. Because sometimes, I won't have a care in the world, but the other times I'll be like, hey, I have to be very mindful right now. So this is definitely going to be something different. I have never done this before. And I just want to thank everybody and shout out to you, Stunner Dior, because you are literally pulling me out of my comfort zone without you even knowing. Right? So you guys go check out her latest album, her latest single. All her music is dope. She's a dope person. She's a Ghanaian princess. Check her out. And she's very beautiful. Very beautiful, very laid back, very out there. And she chases her dreams. I mean, what more can you ask for, right? So go check her out. Go support the vision, support the movement. And that's that. All right. So other people out there that's listening to me, if you didn't know, I will be having a phone number listed on my Instagram page for Chrissy After Dark. And what that purpose of the number will serve is that you guys can call in from near or far, states, out of country, all of that. And you will be able to have a conversation with me while I'm here on air. So, how dope and how cool would that be to be in my podcast without physically being in my podcast? It's so dope. So I just want to thank you, everybody, for even listening to me, even giving me the chance to be on your technology wherever you are. Okay, understand that you are amazing and you can do anything that you set your mind to. Okay. And another topic that had came up was copycats, people that steal other people's intellectual property. you know Um, I do not respect people that steal other people's intellectual property because I feel like that's very wrong, whether they branded it or not, under their name or not. You don't steal. It wasn't God that put that on your heart to create that. However, if you wish to do something similar and put your own spin on it, why not? You know what I'm saying? There is every block in the United States probably has a freaking liquor store. You know what I'm saying? One liquor store may have something the next liquor store don't have. You understand? There's every block a nail salon. You know what I'm saying? Different nail techs, different levels of operation, different cleanliness. And each nail salon may have a different grade. Some may be grade A, some may be grade D, grade C, grade B. So it really depends. And same thing with the liquor store. It really depends. But guess what? It nonetheless never stopped anybody from opening up what they wanted to open up, a business. And that's that on period. You know what I'm saying? So I just want you guys to keep faith in yourself, in your vision. Whether it be you're looking to have more stability, whether you're looking to have more friends, whether you're looking to have more joy, happiness, whether you're looking for a better relationship or with yourself or with your family members, friends, you know, be the person that you're trying to look for, and because it starts with you, like Michael Jackson when he said, the man in the mirror, right? The man in the mirror. Look at yourself and make that change. Na 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 na. Right? So that is literally what you have to do. There's a lot of times I had to work on myself too. I had to work on myself like internally because I was just all over the place, like literally a hot mess, like literally a hot mess, because nobody's perfect. Well, we fail to realize these celebrities are not perfect. I'm not perfect. Content creators are not perfect. We all have flaws, girl. We all have flaws. you know it's about how you overcome them, the flaws within yourself, the insecurities, the character flaws. It's about how you overcome. It's not about where you are right now. It's about how you overcome where you are to get to where you need to be or where you want to be. And then after once you get there, it's about what the character you have built for yourself should be so solidified that only you can destroy you and nobody else. Because integrity is what you do when nobody's watching. Right? So if you guys ever want to see a copycat out there and they're trying to be like you, but it's not in a way of admiration or inspiration. It's like trying to be funny. You just tell that mother effer, be yourself. You don't gotta be so spiteful. And if you're spiteful, that's why you're not getting nowhere, because your heart is heavy. Your heart needs to be light and forgiving for you to move forward. It's like, bag lady, you gon' miss your stop. Carrying all them bags. Erica Badu. Bag lady. You don't want to be carrying all that baggage in your heart for other people. I mean, I know I talk a lot of junk, I pop a lot of mess, but sometimes it's good to have, the little grudge or two, or so, when it's justified. But I'm talking about when it's not justified. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to release that. You know, me embarking on my projects and stuff, I sat for years writing down my goal plan. People think they could just come here and just boom, take off. No, it don't work like that. You have to sit down with yourself, write everything out, plan everything out a certain way, get the materials, take the first step to solidify everything for your future. Just because you see somebody else doing something doesn't mean you can't do it. It's not that you can't. It's just that you're so busy trying to covet or take or want what that other person has out of envy or jealousy that you can't cultivate anything for yourself but chaos. So, and trust me, I've been there. I have been there before. This is what I'm saying. I am not no, you know, angel. You know what I'm saying? I've had jealousy and I've been jealous of people before. Okay, especially when I was a kid. Especially when I was a kid. I didn't like when people compared me to other kids. I didn't like when people, gave to other kids and bypassed me. I hated it. I would take their stuff, beat them up, do a lot of things to them. And, you know, especially when they rubbed it in my face and they knew I wasn't going to get anything. Oh, yeah, I retaliated full fledged. You know what I'm saying? But it's a difference between being confident and bragging. It's a difference between feeling accomplished and excited and looking for your somebody to give you your flowers. Not flowers as in your dad, but flowers as in congratulations. You know what I'm saying? Celebration. Um, but a lot of times these days, that's how you can find out who's for you and who's not for you. The ones who congratulate you are the ones that's for you. Now you have sometimes some people that they will congratulate, congrats, or they'll act like they don't see you, or they'll act like they don't see your accomplishments. They try to make your accomplishments seem like it's minuscule or that it's minor, that you can't do anything other than just that. Oh yeah, I already did that, so like she's basic type of thing. You can't walk around with those kind of feelings towards other people because you know what? One day you're gonna be in that situation where you need somebody, and do you want other people to undermine you, minuscule you, and your ideas and your character? No. So it's a lot of things and lessons that I learned. You know, I had to watch my mouth and watch my actions and learn to be patient, not only with myself, but with others, because some people could still be in their cocoon phase, still cooking some stuff up. And that takes time. It took me time to get here onto social media, build up the confidence, build up the courage to be, all right, I'm going to show my true self now, my new improved self. Because the person you're talking to today, or interacting with today, the Chrissy today, may not be the Chrissy in the next 15 years. I may be talking about all types of stuff. Now, revenge sometimes is not all bad. You know what I'm saying? That's just how I think. You see how Nicki Minaj, and she sat there and said what she said. She said, "Good for you." You know, not saying what Nikki is doing is completely wrong, but it ain't completely right. But it is what it is because she's being herself. She's being herself, her most true, utmost authentic self. And you know what? A lot of people these days don't know how to be themselves. That's what it all boils down to. A lot of people want to be other people instead of being themselves. It's okay to want to open up a project that's similar to the next person as long as you put your own spin on it and you feel like it's authentic to yourself. But to do everything step by step just like somebody else, now you're going through an identity crisis and you need help. Okay. Okay. So that's just me. All right. You guys, I literally am very, very ecstatic, very excited that you guys are following me, tuning in with my podcast. I am very, very pleased with my platform. Um, I am looking for callers that's interested. I mean, if you're from New Orleans, if you're from New York, if you're from Texas, if you're from LA, if you're from Florida, if you're from DMV area, Jersey, Chicago, Ohio, Virginia, North Carolina, anywhere. It doesn't matter. You can call me, okay? You can call into this podcast. I will have my phone on speaker and we can talk all the nonsense you want. Even if you're an op, even if you have imaginary beef with me and you're beefing by yourself, you can call and we can talk about it. This is definitely a different type of platform for me. I feel like it's a little bit better because I don't have to show myself. This is the audio podcast, and I'm loving every second of it. You know, just make sure that you guys are steady. Go follow my business pages. Go keep track of my bio because whatever number pops up in that bio is a number that you're going to need to call for Chrissy After Dark. And I'm going to remember because when you call, I'm going to answer. First, you're going to have to text the number and say, hey, I'm calling for the podcast. Okay? And once you put that, and then you call, I'm going to look at it and I'm going to answer the phone and we're going to go live. And that's just that on that. And we're going to go on air. Okay? So I just want to thank you guys for all supporting me, tuning into my channel, tuning into my podcast. This is Chrissy After Dark, even though I'm not filming After Dark. But, it is what it is. Um, I know that I have to be consistent in what it is that I set my mind to. And if you guys out there want to create a project, believe in yourself, create a plan, make sure you stick to the plan, and always be consistent. Even if you fall off, be freaking consistent. And that is how you're going to win. Thank you for tuning into Chrissy After Dark. I love you, all my outcasters, and even you stinky viewers, Whether you support me or not, I still spread love. Thank you. Mwah. Bye.